Hello and welcome back. You know what to do. Grab yourself a cup of tea, grab yourself a cup of water, or grab yourself a cup of coffee, and let's get straight into the news. So, if you don't know, the big news this week was that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle would be banned from using the Sussex royal branding and using the word royal in their branding at all. Now, it wasn't actually confirmed by Buckingham Palace. And so the question was, is this actually going to happen? Is it not going to happen? However, Harry and Meghan took to their website, sussexroyal.com, and put up an update. And if you haven't read it, don't worry, because I'm going to go through the important parts piece by piece for you with my own opinion in there. But this update was honestly shocking to me. I could not believe that they wrote that and put it up on their website for public consumption. I do not think that they had an expert write it for them. I think that Harry or Meghan or the both of them sat down at their kitchen counter and wrote this up together because it is so emotional. It is so passive aggressive that I know that it wasn't written by a third party. Okay, let's get right into it. So let's pop on over to the Sussex Royal website. You see right here at the top, it has this headline that says Spring 2020 Transition Details. So let's just click on there and see what we get. Okay, I'll read for you. We are pleased to now be able to share with you an update on many of the details agreed at a meeting of the royal family in January 2020, which outlines the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's new roles taking effect spring 2020. We had hoped to be allowed to share these details with you sooner to mitigate any confusion and subsequent misreporting, but the facts below should help provide some clarification around this transition and the steps for the future. Wow. Okay. So right out the gate, first paragraph, we have a lot of passive aggressive language going on. It starts out pretty snippy, if you ask me, with this quote, "We had hoped to be allowed to share this sooner." That is basically saying, hey, the royal family is not allowing us to do what we want to do. And to be frank, they could have left all of that out. They didn't have to say that at all. So already we know that this is going to be quite the passive-aggressive update. I also want to point out that this has been a very major transition that involved multiple governments, laws, legislature, lawyers, financial agreements, and so much more. Think about this as being the most complicated divorce that you've ever seen in your life. And the fact is, Harry and Meghan just announced their departure in January, and it's only mid-February. And that is extremely fast. Yet, they are saying that they hope to have been allowed to share it sooner. I think that is a little bit unrealistic. Okay, let's see what else they have here. As agreed and set out in January 2020, it is agreed that the commencement of the revised role of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will take effect spring 2020 and undergo a 12-month review. Okay, we knew that already. The royal family respect and understand the wish of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to live a more independent life as a family by removing the supposed, quote, public interest justification for media intrusion into their lives. They remain a valued part of Her Majesty's family. Okay, wow. Again, I am completely shocked. That little bit about the supposed public interest validation is a lot. First off, I want to be clear that Meghan and Harry led much more private lives in the UK than they are leading right now. The royal family at this point really does protect their members from the paparazzi. Did we ever see random photos of Meghan and Harry in the news? We did not. They were all at their official engagements, carrying out duties. We didn't see Meghan pretty much at all after she went on maternity leave. She had a completely private birth. She had a completely private christening of her son. She had a lot of privacy. So this public interest is really presumptuous given that they are public figures. And let's be perfectly honest, Meghan Markle was a celebrity before. She was certainly a lesser celebrity, but she was used to this public image and having public interest. She used it to her advantage. And Harry has been living this way his entire life. And it seems like he was pretty much okay with it too. And they will still need public interest in order to make money. This is what celebrities and public figures have to do. Okay, let's move on. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex will become privately funded members of the royal family with permission to earn their own income and the ability to pursue their own private charitable interests. The preference of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex was to continue to represent and support Her Majesty the Queen, albeit in a more limited capacity, while not drawing on the sovereign grant. While there is precedent for other titled members of the royal family to seek employment outside of the institution, for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, a 12-month review period has been put in place. Wow. Here we go. The gloves are officially off, you guys. So basically, they're saying, this is what we wanted, but we weren't given it. They are also saying, and this is really important, they're also saying that there are other family members who can do what they want to do, but Harry and Meghan have to be on probation for a year. And basically, they're whining, and they are publicly expressing their displeasure. And I think that it is really distasteful. And to be clear, there is no precedent for what Harry and Meghan are doing. Those other members of the royal family who are titled and earn their money independently were never senior working members to begin with. Harry and Meghan cannot compare themselves to that, and I'm actually really shocked that they don't understand that. For example, let's take Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. The both of them have careers that do not capitalize on their status as royals. Same as Zara Tindall. Meghan and Harry are not going to be working at Starbucks. Meghan is not going back to acting. They are using their royal status to make money, period. And because of that, the royal family can and should monitor what they are doing. Ooh, look at this little bit. As the grandson of Her Majesty and the second son of the Prince of Wales, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, remains sixth in line to the throne of the British monarchy, and the order of precedence is unchanged. Wow. Okay, so basically, he's trying to say, I am still a royal, I am still in line to the throne, and you better not forget it. It is highly childish. Okay, the rest of this is just talking about what we know. We know that they are still going to maintain their patronages. So I really want to talk about this little bit here, which is about their security. It is agreed that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will continue to require effective security to protect them and their son. This is based on the Duke's public profile by virtue of him being born into the royal family, his military service, the Duchess's own independent profile, and the shared threat and risk documented specifically over the last few years. No further details can be shared as this is classified information for safety reasons. That last little bit that's italicized really didn't need to be in there. It's very dramatic. And to be honest, the whole thing was very dramatic. I don't understand why Harry would need protection because of his military service. They could have just said he's a royal and that's why he needs protection. That's completely fine. All of our United States presidents get their own protection after they have left office. I think that that is totally understandable. Meghan does not need any type of security because of her independent profile. She was a C-list actress. She does not need any protection because of that. She only needs protection because she married a prince. And that's it. Okay, so let's go down to the additional details, which really do talk a little bit more about their foundation. They are saying that they never planned to start a foundation. That is completely false because we know that they went and they trademarked a name, the foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So they obviously were planning on starting a foundation, and for whatever reason, they decided that they're not going to do that anymore. So that is a lie. Now, they say here the creation of this nonprofit entity will be in addition to their cause-driven work that they remain deeply committed to. While the Duke and Duchess are focused on plans to establish a new nonprofit organization, given the specific UK government rules surrounding the use of the word royal, it has been therefore agreed that their nonprofit organization will not utilize the name Sussex Royal or any iteration of royal. For the above reason, the trademark applications that had been filed as a protective measures and that reflected the same standard trademarking requests as done for the Royal Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have been removed. While there is not any jurisdiction by the monarchy or cabinet office over the use of the word royal overseas, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex do not intend to use Sussex Royal or any iteration of the word royal in any territory, either within the UK or otherwise, when the transition occurs spring 2020. Oh my goodness. That is incredibly passive aggressive. They are saying they could use the trademark if they really wanted to, but they're not going to. Wow. That is honestly all I have to say there is wow. Again, that was unnecessary. They did not have to put that in there, but they did. This is a very emotional statement, as I said before. So here's my official takeaway. I think that the update was overall immature and most of it was unnecessary. Most of the information in there was already leaked. It was already put out there by the press. There wasn't very much information in there that was new. I think that this was a very defensive statement. They could have just said, hey, this is what we're going to be doing starting spring 2020. These are all of our fleshed out details, period. But it was a lot more emotional than that. It was a lot more personal than that. And I really do think that it speaks to Harry and Meghan's mindset right now. I think that they are really in this victim mindset still of we weren't allowed to do what we wanted to do. We were bullied. We have not been given the same treatment as other family members. And I frankly think that it is unprofessional and unnecessary. I do not think that they have been victims the way that they want the world to think that they have been victims. Let me know your thoughts. Tell me all about it. Did you read the update? Do you agree with me? And I will see you in the next video.